Goeiedag, good day, fellow South Africans and citizens of the world.
I've been looking around for salvation. I've been looking around for the truth. All around me I see frustration, and I looked all over till I found you. I sit and listen to your stories, and you're telling me, please don't worry. A lot in this world you should know, and love in life is where you should go. If you're looking for somewhere to go, if you're looking for someone to know, if you're looking for someone to guide you, then love in life will guide you.
Goeienaand, good evening, fellow South Africans and citizens of the world, and welcome to tonight's live stream. Well, I've a fair bit of loving life news to go through before we get Reuel on. First off, I have some excellent news. Today, Marlena belatedly got some proper professional medical treatment. Marlena saw Dr. Ward, who was amazed to discover, on looking at the x-rays taken in the private hospital of her lungs, that she had been sent home from the Flora Private Hospital in Roodepoort last week with an undiagnosed case of double pneumonia. Can you believe it? What are they thinking in these hospitals? Marlena had a 3-hour vitamin drip as well as steroids pumped into her lungs, and after returning home felt strong enough to walk around her home again after spending days too sick to move. She has now been given appropriate medication for her condition. She is on the mend, and I want to give a special shout out to Calais and to Dr. Walter Ward for properly diagnosing her and getting her the correct treatment. One wonders why you pay extra to go to a private hospital in South Africa today. 6 months ago, we referred to public hospitals as death traps, but now, sadly, we can extend that to some private hospitals in South Africa as well. I'll show you some images and a short video taken by Calais while Marlena was being treated by Dr. Ward. Let's have a look at those. Here we go. Okay, there's Dr. Ward, who was treating Marlena. Those are the flowers that the Loving Life family sent to Marlena. And there's Marlena with her flowers. That's the card that the Loving Life family sent to Marlena. And again, the flowers. There's Calais. Keep you an eye on the things. And let's have a look at a couple of short videos. Here we go.
Such a lovely person. Okay. It's easy.
Thank you from Scott. Beautiful flowers from Scott, and he also got me a nebulizer.
And thank you and Loving Love community. Das war allemaal
Thank you very much, Loving Life family, for everything.
All right, there you saw Marlena. She's on the mend, thankfully, but wow, what a rough ride she's been given by these clowns in the hospitals. Really, I mean, it's just ridiculous. All right, now, Corrine, the wife of Mike Lacey Smith, a member of the Loving Life community, is undergoing a big operation early next week. So please keep Marlena and Corrine in your prayers. In related news, the largest shareholder, this is interesting, the largest shareholder in Kentucky Fried Chicken in South Africa, with over 70 stores, Bert Gunning, died of COVID-19 2 days ago. Something that has been kept very quiet. And obviously our sympathies go out to his family and friends. But this COVID-19 is really devastating South Africa. And when you look at the public, the level of healthcare, you can understand why South Africa is fertile ground for something like COVID-19. Now, earlier today, we had a 4-hour live stream covering the protests against the proposed new gun laws in South Africa. I want to give Clinton Barrett a huge shout out for being our citizen reporter on the ground. It was a very, very good live stream, I felt. Later tonight, I'll be posting Pastor Dan's Sunday service, which is titled, "It's Great to Be Free and Out of Debt." So please watch out for that. And sorry guys, I'm just working on something here quickly in the side chat. There we go, but that's sorted now. Okay. Tonight I'm going to be talking to Reuel Leach, our resident crypto expert. He will be giving us an update on the turbulence in the crypto market at this current time. For those who want to find out more about his training courses, go to this link. I'll just chuck it in the side chat. Here we go. Now, we have a special deal organized with Reuel. He gives 15% off the cost of his courses to Loving Life family members. So if you take that link, if you want to go on one of his courses, you get the special deal. And so far, several people have gone through his courses, and this is a testimonial from one of his students. Here we are. Let's put that up. It reads, "I heard about Bit by Bit in a video on YouTube which covered trading with cryptocurrencies. I thought I'd give it a try and was introduced to Reuel Leach. I attended 2 of his courses. The first was the South African Traders course, the second the Beginners International Traders course. He goes on to say, I found Reuel to be an excellent teacher throughout the duration of both courses. And he concludes at the bottom by saying, I'd recommend anyone interested in cryptocurrency trading to attend Reuel's classes and establish a sound understanding of how to trade successfully." So there you go. High praises indeed. And Reuel's a lovely guy as well, which makes it even easier to go through the training. Now, please remember to subscribe to Loving Life on YouTube and to register on lovinglifetv.com, the platform we are transitioning to be kept informed. Ask any questions you have for Reuel in the side chat, and without any further ado, I'll get Reuel on. Here we go. Hi, Reuel. Hi, Reuel. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Reuel. Can you hear me? Reuel can't hear us. Hang on. Let's see what's going on here.
Can't
Okay.
hear you. See what the problem is.
Okay. I might call Reuel back.
Okay. Wow.
Testing 1,
Let me
2,
just
3.
test
Testing.
my sound here. Shall we try again?
Yeah. Testing 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me now? Okay. I'll call Reuel back. Here we go.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Reuel. Can you hear me?
I'm going to go onto my phone.
Okay.
See, the phone is...
Now, everybody in the side chat can hear me okay, can they? Let me just call Reuel.
Hi, Scott.
Hi, Reuel. Can you hear me now? Are we still on the computer? Okay. Call me back on the phone. I'll just get out of here so you can call me back on the phone. So, how's everybody today? I hope you've checked out the live stream we had earlier in Cape Town. It was a cracker and really good. Okay. All right. He says I'll answer on my phone. Here we go. Hi, Reuel. Your connection is too weak. Gosh. We're having fun here, guys. We're having fun. Let's try again. Hi, Reuel. Connection too weak. Okay, so we're just going to have to try keep on trying on Skype. What I might do is, I see Fiona's here. I'll just call Fiona quickly just to make sure she can hear me so that we know the problem's not on my side. Fee, expect a Skype call. Okay, yeah, all right. Let me just give Fee a call. Hi, Fee.
Yeah, hello.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, beautifully.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, I just wanted to check it's on my sound. All right, I'll get
Yeah,
back to Rule. Okay, thanks, Fee.
okay.
Bye.
I just put a little post up to say I could hear you perfectly.
Okay, fantastic.
Okay then, bye.
Hi, Rule. Hi, Rule. No, this is mobile's not working, Rule. We're going to have to stick to the computer. We're going to have to get this audio fixed. Okay, Rule, I'm just seeing if you can hear me. No, I can't hear him. Okay, let's just get out of there. Okay.
Hi, Scott.
Hi, Rule. Can you hear me? Obviously not. Okay, Rule, I'll put the.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you perfectly.
Just want to see if there's anything I can do on my side. Any sound to your side?
Drop the questions in. I dropped the questions in the side chat. Okay, well, I think we'll do that.
Oh, no.
Okay.
All right, good. You can do that. You
Okay.
can put the questions in the side chat.
Okay, here comes the first question, Rule.
Yes, a very good question, Scott. We found that there was so much FOMO going on. The Bitcoin price was being pushed higher and higher all the time, and that everyone just thought that there's only one way that this stock market can go, because in essence it is like a stock market. And we even saw that the Dow Jones didn't go up as steeply as the normal crypto markets, but we were warning the traders in advance that this is going out of whack. And I'm going to share my screen with you quickly, and I'm going to just show you what this looks like, so I can make sure that you guys can see my screen. All right. Can you see my screen there?
Yes.
Obviously, you're going to see the little black box, which is just your speaking. So what we see here is the Ethereum graph, and Ethereum graph has gone on the one-day graph. It looks like it's recovered a lot, but Ethereum compared to Bitcoin, where we already saw the end of last year some signs of getting to sell, we've seen a stabilizing effect in the market, and no buy orders were given for the markets to get back in already. Although when we look at our 15-minute chart, our 15-minute chart says there's a bullishness on its way, and that could mean that we could see a little rise as we go into which we call the summer or winter solstice. Whereas the Ethereum chart is showing something totally different. If we look at the 1 month graph, I was saying that we would be seeing this drop in the price. It still needs to come into the Bollinger Bands. So where the price was $4,400 and it's half that price now. So it's a real wake-up call to people in the markets.
Okay, what about Bitcoin? Let me just ask him that.
The next question. So Bitcoin is possibly going through what we call a super cycle at the moment, and the super cycle means anything from 6 years, 7 years, 11 years, 12 years, 13 years, but obviously it hasn't been around so long. We've seen Bitcoin sitting on a shorter super cycle of 4 years, and it's basically coinciding with a 7-year cycle on the stock market, which is a super cycle that repeats itself every 7 years. And yes, which repeats itself every 7 years, and then we have this sudden drop in the market. If I had to put my graph on the Bitcoin price, you will see that the 4-year cycle, there we saw all the sells in December, between November, December 2017, and we are almost short-lived this. It's almost like it's already happened, and people are wondering if it's happening, and it will happen. But my feeling is that we have already hit a very low on our what we call the RSI mark here, and that has given us the permission to start trading again into this market until September, when the super cycle ends. And then, of course, between September and December, we would possibly see huge crashes in the prices.
Right. So, okay. So what Reuel is suggesting is, if you've got crypto, the time to actually trade is before September, and then to get out of crypto because he's expecting it to crash. Okay. Let me just put the next question in. Sorry, guys, we've got a problem on Reuel's side with the audio, so we're having to put questions manually into the side chat. Okay, there we go.
Right. Is the market going to recover, and when? Yes. Markets are definitely going to recover, but for a short period of time. I'm going to use an example now on the Dow Jones. Dow Jones is on that almost the end of that cycle where we already seen the drops, the little teardrops in the market. Even though it's early and premature, we will see this start happening around September, October, when we actually see when the normal stock markets take its dive every 7 years. And this is what I'm thinking. I hope I'm wrong, but I'm thinking that there's going to be a huge stock market crash coming soon. We're already seeing what we call gapping on the market, and that's when there's serious shorts happening. This happened on Friday afternoon. So we can expect a total delay in the cycle. So what we talk about cycles, and we talk about times in the markets, and when the normal cycle is supposed to go down, this has actually just been carrying on going up. So it has to correct itself. So they're going to push it one more last time for the next 2 or 3 months, and we're going to see huge crashes. So that which we've just seen there, I'm not going to put it out in points, but I'm going to put it out as a percentage drop the last few days. We've seen a 4.47% drop. So if you times that by 100, that would be 447 points. Now in the stock markets, 447 points is a huge drop. So what is driving this? What is driving this is it's just a cycle that is busy repeating itself. And the cycles repeat themselves with too much money coming into the market on the sixth year, the Jewish Shemitah year that needs to play out, where the rains come and the crops come and the money comes in. But then on the bottom of this graph here on our RSI shows us already that there's a possible turnaround for the next few days. So we are seeing a lot of action between now and the 21st, which is the winter solstice.
Right. Okay, guys, look, just for those of you who've joined us, we have an audio problem on Reuel's side, so I'm actually posting the questions in the side chat to him, which is unfortunate, but there's not much other way we can get around it. Okay, there's the next question for Reuel.
All right, I'll have to bring the gray square every time to see the screen. Yeah, so our issue here is not what's happening so much to if Ethereum and Bitcoin are totally out of sync with each other, where we saw the Bitcoin graph kind of recovering, and yet our Ethereum hasn't come back into this graph yet on our 1 month chart. So this is what's causing people to look at other blockchains to use. We have other blockchains. We saw this huge, what we call it, RSI, the overbought zone. And of course, this has to recover. It's recovered to half of its price now. And it still needs to come back into the Bollinger Bands. I'm reckoning that there will be a delay. And so while Bitcoin is going up, it might take a little bit of time for Ethereum to start going up. So we will be seeing some of these movements before we see some of those movements. Whereas Bitcoin, by the end of this month, we should see a nice recovery already. But then we will possibly go to new heights on Bitcoin, which people are trying to predict to $100,000, $150,000, $200,000. To get to your next question is what people are saying is that Ethereum, it's the old versus the new. So whenever you think of something that's old and you think of something that's new, the biggest difference between the two is the price. So it's like a father and son kind of situation where the father has created a legendary business and the prices just go up and up, becomes popular. Then you have his son, which is possibly the Chinese guy who comes and says, I can do that better than you, I can do that cheaper than you. So Ethereum is not the only blockchain there is. There's a lot of other cheaper blockchains that have already launched and some more that are coming out. So when people think of transporting funds across the world, they're paying in gas fees. And Ethereum is more expensive in some instances to send than to send Bitcoin. And that means that there's almost very little functionality for building these projects on the Ethereum blockchain when people are paying such high fees. People actually got out of the banking system to avoid higher fees, and our fees with Bitcoin and Ethereum are much higher than sending money via the banking system.
Right. Now, the question I've asked Reuel here is, what is the influence of people like Elon Musk on the cryptos like Dodge and
what is the influence of people like Elon Musk on the crypto? Yes. So Elon Musk and some of the guys that are new to this business, obviously they get information from people that maybe know more than them, and that makes it like, okay, now they can talk about this and hugely influence the market. So Elon Musk has said a lot of positive things, and it's caused bull runs, and he said some negative things, and he says, okay, so now Elon Musk's latest story is it's too expensive to move Bitcoin. Sorry, it's too expensive to use Bitcoin because of the system, the mining machine. So it's not solar and friendly and wind power friendly, and he should have known that from the beginning. And what made him say when he said it on time for when the market should have dropped. So everything has a timeous feeling and action. Everything gets said on its time, and that's what Ecclesiastes says. There's a time and season for everything.
Right. Now, the next question I'm going to send to Reuel is, how about all the new people coming into the market? We can do a poll in the chat box. How many of you have done this?
All right, so all the new people
education?
coming into the market,
now, if
a lot of people, in fact, 98%, 97% of all the guys that come into the market now have no education whatsoever. And that influences the buying into the market. When people tell their friends that they need to be buying something, and they go in and they buy it, and they buy it way too high, and then of course the price comes tumbling down. And of course these people end up seeing Bitcoin and Ethereum as a scam because they have lost money. They go buy high and then they sell lower. So you don't want to. That's the wrong way to trade. So the amount of education people have is so minimum that they go and listen to different people all over on YouTube, and then they it's free advice. And what somebody says, he says with an intention of getting people to buy a certain coin. So an educated trader is someone that says, I'm going to find information. I'm going to learn by somebody who knows what they're talking about. Somebody's been in the game a while, and I'm willing to pay the price for that. And then they learn as far as the most important thing about learning to trade is risk management, because a lot of people learn damage control. They do damage control, and then they tell everyone this is not something you must do because they went and bought in too high, and that their friends or their family told them, which was also uneducated. So that you end up finding some people have beginner's luck, but you can end up not knowing the market cycles, and because you don't know the market cycles and when the markets could turn on you, you could go to bed with 100% profit and lose it all in 1 or 2 days while you're sleeping or on holiday on a weekend. So unfortunately, people don't do risk management. People are too greedy, and that makes them basically gamblers.
Yeah, like I have to say that I've always bought low and sold high, and normally do very well out of that. And I just refer to my silver acquisitions back in the 1980s and things like that. Hang on, I'm just going to try and get the next question in.
I'd like to see how many people in the chat box are never had any formal paid education versus how many have.
No, that's a good question. Now, as Reuel can't hear me, we'll be talking over each other.
Done our courses already.
Okay, now if you've got Bitcoin or you trade in crypto and you've never done a course, put 1 in the side chat. If you've traded in crypto and have done courses, put 2 in the side chat. And if you have never been involved in crypto, just type 3 in the side chat. Let's see what the difference is between the 1, 2, and 3. Okay, I'll just put that message through to Reuel. No training to training. 3 never.
Right. So while we're waiting for those answers, this game has become so easy to get into, but in a sense, it has been the game that has been the scariest for a lot of people in the past. It's because they don't realize that this is a highly sophisticated game to be in, and everybody can be happy when the markets are going their way, but the change of mood and attitude to when the markets start going down, and people would say, but how do you know when the market's going to go down and when you know it's going to go up? So we've been using very, very sophisticated tools lately with the help of quite a few different traders, which we combine as do trade exchanges with, and combine all of that together to make decisions, so that you know that a certain time of the month, a certain month of the year, a certain time of the year that you need to prepare yourself for bull markets, like tomorrow and Monday there was going to be serious bull markets, and we've already seen on certain exchanges this happening, and then up until the end of June into early July, and then we'll see about 3/4 of the markets might tumble thereafter, and then you would have very few choices to trade after that, because you think the market is going up and then it's actually going down. So that's why we have to follow the market cycles, especially the smaller cycles and then the super cycles.
Right. Okay, let me just put this next question in.
So the success of an educated person is like, I think the best example is, it's like taking an armed robber versus a trained policeman. They both got guns, they both got ammunition, they both have, they know how to shoot with those guns and ammunition. So an uneducated trader versus an educated trader, they all got tools. But the difference is, that doesn't mean that the policeman won't get wounded. And it does happen, they get wounded or get killed. But generally speaking, if they train, they're just better in reacting to situations where the markets start going south. And I met one of the Loving Life members who told me that before they actually got involved in training with us, that they went and bought Bitcoin at the top, and then when they saw the Bitcoin dropping, they didn't know who to talk to, so they just quickly dumped, they quickly sold. And they felt like they'd lost, hundreds of thousands and millions in the process. And it's for us to help coach these people to not allow your emotions to take the better of you, or not to buy too high or sell. Most traders' problem is that the educated ones buy when the uneducated ones have sold. In other words, the educated ones buy at the bottom. And when the uneducated ones are buying when the price is at the top, then the educated ones are selling. I hope that makes sense.
Absolutely. And what it also means is, don't get stuck on a particular coin because you like it. You've got to be totally mercenary. You've got to look at it as...
Right, so for the next question, we're going to discuss a very interesting topic, because everybody's always, give me a signal, tell me which coin to buy. There are so many coins in the market, so many good coins, good signals, but it's their timing to when to buy. And we will see coins introduced into the market now in the next 6 months to 1 year that we've never heard of before, we've never spoken about before. We'll see blockchains being brought on board. The traders will move their money from a new, better, cheaper coin than an older, slower, quirky coin. So, for instance, one of the new coins called Shiba that's just been launched has a huge potential because it's so cheap. And these guys are bringing on board NFTs and all of that in the future. We've seen coins like Bella and Chiliz and Tron have huge potential because what the developers are doing behind the scenes. And we actually see blockchains and information, and these guys are changing the way Google works, the way Microsoft works. And then the next step is they are busy introducing Web 3.0. So Web 3.0 is an independent internet that cannot be hacked, cannot be blocked. And that's what people have been looking to. What is the newer technology? Not the older technology, not investing in old technology. And my example is always, I talk about Nokia and BlackBerry, that they weren't willing to change the technology in the time when the technology like HTC was bringing in a totally touchscreen phones. They just they were too slow in their process, and then they lost their business. And they're still in business, but they don't have that great market share. And this is what we're going to be seeing with. You might be fallen in love, and I can tell you, if you love a certain coin, nobody can tell you how good or bad that coin is. You'll love that coin. But us traders, we don't. We get ourselves totally divorced from the feelings of we are in the market to make money on the coins that are going up and buy them when they're cheap, if they got any value in the market.
Right. Okay. Let me just put that question through.
All right. Just want to read that again.
Guys, we're doing this because Reuel can't hear what I'm saying, so we're having to put the questions in the side chat.
Yes, so there is a formula for winning this market. There's formulas, and one of the things we start off with, I mean, just think of Einstein with his relativity formula. That formula started with 1 + 1. And
E equals MC squared.
2, and going more and more sophisticated, because what we're doing when we're dealing with brand new currencies in the world, it's very hard to work out how these are going to perform in the future. Whereas the older the coin is, the easier to run algorithms on this. One of my friends who's also from Loving Life channel, Johan Belgemuth, he's been helping me with some formulas lately, together with some other members of my team, to actually virtually predict the future as to what the mood swings, the swings of these trades can be. And besides that, with the moon phases and the cycles and the times, we are able to know, when is a good day to buy, when is a good time to sell, and be better traders.
Right. Now, there's that second part of the question. Why do some old coins take off while others don't?
Yeah, so some altcoins take off and some don't take off. And that's one of the things we do, is we have to watch the news updates. So, for instance, if you watch the Twitter account of any coin that's been quiet, you'll see that there have been very few tweets lately on that coin. Or you see there's problems with the blockchain. One of the most common ones we've been watching the last few years is Ethereum Classic, or ETC. Now, how many times there were these attempted hacks or successful hacks, and as soon as you get that news, then the whole thing crashes. So anything that has a negative impact or no news is bad news for crypto markets. Whereas you would have guys like Shiba, for instance, that are tweeting all the time. They're sending out messages of developments, and when we see these near future events going to take place, we are able to put money in them and make some money and get out again. And I think that's one of the things that a lot of traders, once they've made money on a coin, they don't want to let go of that coin. They don't want to leave it because it's made me feel happy. It makes me feel cozy. They're not willing to take something else. And the other problem with a lot of the guys that are newbies or that haven't done this kind of trading before is they're trying to they're trying to look at everything. They're trying to trade 10 or 20 coins, and they're jumping like rabbits from one to the other, and they're actually just losing more money than what they're making.
Right. Okay, here's the next question. And the next question is, how does news affect a trader's life?
Good
Whether
news
it's good
or
news or
bad
bad
news
news.
affects the market. It affects the market within seconds of what is happening. It's like when we're talking about Elon Musk. If there's any famous person saying something that everybody admires or looks up to, whether it's positive or negative, it has an impact on the market immediately. And sometimes the impacts are actually very short-lived. But sometimes, for instance, like with Venezuela and some of these countries where they make these announcements and they say, okay, we're adopting Bitcoin. And 2 days later, then the bank of the country says, oh no, the bank says, no, we're not adopting Bitcoin. And that has that rocky effect. The secret of trading isn't to watch the news. The secret of trading is to know when there are possibilities of events, positive or negative events, going to take place, and be in position for that event to take place. And if you got that ability to be that's what I tell my traders: for you to make good profit in the markets, you need to be a good prophet. And I'm not talking about a spiritual prophet or religious prophet. I'm talking about a good market reader. So what happens is traders look at the past to predict the future, but there's a whole lot of processes that need to happen for you to be able to do that. And the more like-minded people you have in your team, the easier it is to read these markets ahead and to take advantage of them. And of course, one of the biggest things to teach traders is never to look for an ultimate entry point to get in or an ultimate entry point to get out. That is one of the things that make traders that have never traded before. A lot of guys that say, oh, I'm a trader, and then they're still on a dummy account. They're still busy trading with no real money. And it's easy to trade with a demonstration account because it's not any real money. And people often make money because they just go wild. And then when they take real money, then they're too scared or they lose money. So the thing here is not to look at your short markets like your 15-minute and 13-minute, but to look at your bigger time frames like your 1 month graphs and stuff like that, because that tells you, we're totally out of sync. We're totally out of whack with what's going on. And we need to correct, we need to come back into the correction, the zone of recovery. And of course, even our 1 month graph, RSI, says we way too high. So, yeah, let's see, next question.
Okay, there's the next question. Next question is, which coins have potential to make money in the near future?
Right, so when we're talking about new coins, there's a list of coins for those of you who are going to do our South African course. We normally just take you onto the altcoin trader, and you can. We normally take the coins like Lumen and Tron and BitTorrent and Shiba, because those are the ones that have a lot of potential. And oh, sorry, I need to share screen. Yes. All right, so can you see my screen? So these are the coins that have a lot of potential. Bat coin, Lumen coin, BitTorrent, Tron. those are all very, very good coins. So we normally start the South Africans that are too scared to do the international course. We start them on this first, because this one helps them just to put their foot in the water and say, I want to just learn how this works and safely start making some profits, and learn to trade up and down, because traders that think that trading only up is the only way to make money, that's just a mistake that people make.
A dreaded grey box.
So those are the and then of course your brand new coins. Some of your older coins that have hit rock bottom, that are starting to go up. I think that as we can possibly see, that Bitcoin's price is going to go further up, but how high? It could go up 3 times its value. It could go 4 times its value. If the Dow Jones on Monday morning opens and it recovers what I think it's going to do, then basically we are going to see the Bitcoin price go up. So the Bitcoin and the super cycle, the 4-year cycle, and the 4-year Bitcoin cycle, a 7-year stock market super cycle, are actually coinciding nicely with one another, with about a 2-month, 2.5 month gap. So they should be taking a dive together. Yes, so the same rules apply on the stock markets as the crypto markets, except that the stock markets are much easier to predict because of their cycles and the repeated cycles. We've seen that even the rand is hit the bottom, right at the bottom now of its parallel channel that's been on the 1-month chart. I just want to see if I can pull it up for you and share screen. Right, let me just make sure that you folks can see my screen. Okay, you can see, you can see my screen. So we have a 50-year cycle right there. We can see a very nice channel that's formed there where the price has been high, struggled to get over there, but we've just hit this bottom line right here now, and it's just bounced off this bottom line. So our rand, where's the rand going to? Well, we can see it possibly, if it carries on going over this middle line here, that we can see the 8,500 rand mark in the next few years. Maybe sooner than later, depends on what happens with the land grabs and stuff. So it's all predictable. So the stock market's a lot more predictable than the crypto markets. The crypto markets are very volatile, but exciting and very profitable. Yes, the rand could go 85 to $1. So if I could just say a few words of my time in Zimbabwe, that when I was there for the best part of 5 years, you could go up to 6 months at a time. And I arrived in 2002 for the first time, and the rand, that was two years after the lands started being taken away. And basically what happened was the dollar went from two to 3 rand for one Zim dollar. It went to 165 when I arrived in, was it January, February 2002. And unfortunately, there's no graphs that you can that are available for you to see, except for those that are already on websites. The dollar depreciated to the rand in the millions because of how the way the government tried to control the currency. The more interference that the government has in the economics, the worse that the economy goes. But with the land grabs that were taking place, and it meant that there was less stuff grown on the lands, and of course, people were running out of food. So this would, 85 rand would be, or 80 to 100 rand would be a conservative number if the South African economy and the corruption and all of that doesn't change soon.
Wow. So clearly getting into something like physical silver or physical gold, or getting into crypto, if you know what you're doing, gets you out of being stuck with a rand that looks like it's going to go the way of Zim.
While we're waiting for the next question, one of the things that I noticed in Zimbabwe was the first thing that started going was the load shedding. The load shedding ended up at some stages we might have had 3 to 4 hours of electricity a day, and then the water supply started getting less. There was maybe 2 hours or 4 hours of water a day, and everybody just left their taps on into the bath for water. So just imagine when the water comes, you're just going to get a trickle of water. So that is when imploding economies happen, then you see that depreciation of your currency.
Wow.
Yeah, so when it comes to trading, some people do think it's gambling because some people have had those experiences of losing money because they went and they bought because their friends told them to buy, and it was gambling. But there's some thought that I had when I was thinking about this question, is that gamblers are often good with gambling. They are good with winning money. They either have a feeling, or they have lucky charms, or have their lucky day, or there's certain, a gambler told me certain times of the month you can, that specific casinos, you can win good money on certain times of the month. And sometimes intuition can help them win because they get a feeling that I need to be at this machine in this place on that time. But it remains gambling to those people because they have no discipline in knowing when to get out, knowing when to take the profits. And that's why a lot of traders, let's go back to the gambling machine. If that machine, you put in $10 and it throws out $1,000, you're not going to say, oh, well, let's cash out, let's go and have something to eat and go home. Your levels of greed increase drastically there's no risk management that falls into place. And that's why a good trader knows when to get out. Good traders know that possibly every third or fourth day of the month is going to be a bad day, and that they might lose everything that they've earned because they didn't take their profits. And that's the difference between a gambler and a trader.
Right. Okay. Now, just addressing the side chat, for those who want to go on a crypto trading course, I'm going to put the link in the side chat, and through Loving Life you get a special discount of 15% on.
Sorry that you have to do all the typing, Scott.
Yeah.
We've tried on 2 different devices tonight. I don't know what happened with this sound.
Yeah.
And then possibly the last question is going to come up about the cycles, the super cycles, and the stock market cycles.
Yeah. What
And
would you
that
be able to
is,
predict a stock market
as
crash?
let me just get back to the screen that we can look at it together. When we looked at the Dow Jones, now sorry for all the scribbles on the screen. I'm going to get this onto a let's go to a 1 week chart. And we can see the 7-year cycles and the impacts on the market. So when we go to 2015, we see that market fell right into February 2016. So from February 2015 to 2016, so there was a lot of money pumped into the market. And then, so 2015, 2016 is going to be 21, 22. And our previous cycle was 2007, 2008. We've already started seeing early October, this dropping. And it went for long. It went into 2009. And then the previous one was 2000. So we definitely sitting on a 7-year super cycle, or sometimes they call it grand super cycle, because the thing just has been repeating itself for so many years. And of course, the stock market has been just continuously going up, going up, going up. What we see happening there is a slight correction that's happened in the last few days, but I still believe that it has to go up into September before that big drop falls. So we might see a major bull run, and that's why I'm saying from the 8th, the 7th, and the 8th of September, we in the markets need to be looking out after our money. But there's huge profits to be made from now till then. And it doesn't mean that everything will crash. Some of the coins, some of the currencies will crash temporarily, and they'll just carry on, doing their thing. So the best thing to do is, when we do this, we don't go sell to Bitcoin, we sell to stable coins. And the stable coins are the ones that you can hold. They don't depreciate at that great rate like cryptocurrencies.
Wouldn't it be better to? Okay, you can't hear me. I was going to ask,
And
wouldn't it
we
be better
mustn't
to
forget
move your money into a currency?
cryptocurrency is basically going to take the world by storm in the next year or two. There's so much talk about this Web 3.0 and being Web 2, which we're using at the moment, being censored by big corporations. If the president of America could be censored, then you can be censored for opening your mouth. If you feel like you're in the wrong industry, and you're an outgoing kind of person, then Web 3.0 and what's happening there is going to change the future. If you're going to be in lockdowns and you're going to open your mouth and you're going to be censored, then you're going to have huge problems if you don't have something or a system that's going to keep you up and running. So whatever people saying about blockchain is big corporations, big the nightmare for a lot of companies at the moment, and governments, because people are thinking that it's a change and it's negative and only criminals are using it. In the meantime, it's actually bringing good change to the world. And any criminal that sends Bitcoin or tries to launder money with Bitcoin is just making a huge mistake, because all of that can be traced unless he's using the privacy coins, which are then untraceable. Yeah, it is a good idea to have at least a basic understanding of what you're doing, and I'll maybe just share the screen with you guys on what we've put together for you, which we've actually made a deal for you guys. Just make sure I've got the right screen.
I've put the link. You can't hear me. I'll put the link in again to the special deal that you get on his training courses through.
So for the Loving Life clients, we've got this deal together where all of the courses that we offer, we got a 15% discount on the prices that you folks see over there, and then Loving Life also gets a nice percentage of the course fee. So should you do one of the courses with us, then Loving Life also benefits from the course fee. And we're actually starting at the Kloof Street Hotel this week with a physical live course. So for those who can make it, you want to sit in on the course and get training by us, you are welcome to contact us. I'm going to send you the contact details just now. And then we also have the online courses and the evening courses. So somebody asked me the other day, they said, I can't sit and attend courses, I'm too busy. And he said, what options have you got? I said, well, the moment your course fee is paid, you get a link to all the course material. So you can start and do it in your own time. The old way was always to make sure that everyone's sitting there in the right time, but some people still want that, and we're offering that to people. So if you want to know more of the courses, there is a link. It's bit.ly/loving life, loving with a little dash in between, life / and it will then take you to a website with Loving Life emblems and logos on, and you just send us a message in the box and say, I'm interested in the courses, and we can send you the information. So we don't force you to sign up right now and everything. We will also set up short 5-minute, 10-minute appointments with any people that want to ask more questions. Anything else?
Okay, Jan van Riebeck, I've just put your question in for Reuel, and that is, has Reuel heard of the Pi crypto?
Yes. I'm not sure about. Oh, okay. Jan van Riebeck is. Yes, Pi is just a crypto that was introduced by, I think, the Stanford University a few years ago, and you can, in the meantime, you can mine it on your phone. So we send this to our traders. I've had over 2,000 Pi's on my phone, and it's like 700-800 rand worth. So your phone can earn you some money. So it's just a little side question.
Wow. Okay, and I've got.
I will actually start real mining in the next few months.
I've got one final question for Reuel. I apologize, guys,
for
not being able to interact.
Yes, as I've said to you in with the Dow Jones and the market cycles, it's on time for between September and October this year. We should see the weakening on the stock markets. The effect that it would have on the economies doesn't show until into next year. So there's a whole process of things that start getting more expensive, things that are getting scarce, and that takes another 3 or 4 months. So what we're telling people is just to get your funds into something. If the rand is going to depreciate, then having rands might not be the best idea. If the dollar gets stronger, maybe have some dollars, but having crypto and having silver is definitely the way to go. And of course, never rule out the need for growing your own vegetables in the garden. Start getting yourself heirloom seeds, not the ones that you just buy randomly and they don't produce more seeds. We've been forced by companies like these, what do they call themselves, to give, even our South African farmers are growing heirloom seeds. And I don't agree with this. Grow seeds that produce more seeds so that you've got food. Monsanto, yes, Monsanto. So I'm very strongly against anyone that's supporting these guys because they're trying to control the world food prices.
Monsanto produced genetically modified foods, for those who don't know. Now, I'm going to ask a question about the Coin-me wallet.
So the stock markets, yes, I would like to see the Coin-me wallet and what's happening there. The problem is we trade on the bigger exchanges. We've got South African exchanges that are not real trading exchanges. And if you look at the fees that people are paying on these exchanges because they're buying immediately, selling immediately, they don't even know how many, what they're paying. And of course, is there a way to swap the coin or to sell the coin back to US dollars, Scott? Can you sell it to Aussie dollars? Is there a screen that you can trade it on? I would like to see that. Um, 0.6% is pretty high because our fees generally on exchanges, we don't want to pay more than 0.1% fee on anything that we buy. We will at some stage in the future talk about hardware wallets and saving your digital cryptocurrency on a hardware wallet that you can put in the safe, and it's 100% safe, and then there's no fees sending it there.
Okay, guys, I'm going to wrap up this live stream. I do apologize that I haven't been able to interact with Reuel, but he's had a problem hearing what I'm saying. So we've had to do it through the side chat on Skype. At least we were able to get his advice on various things. I'm going to wrap up the live stream now and get Reuel to.
That's one of the things about these. A lot of countries have these exchanges. Even one of the main ones in America now, which is it's there to help people buy cryptocurrency, but it's not there to help people to place trades. And the fees of these kind of crypto markets are just too high. What we are looking at is some what we call DEX markets in the near future. Some of you might have seen my interview with John McAfee, who's got a DEX exchange. And a DEX exchange means you own the private keys of your cryptocurrency on that exchange. And there's basically virtually no fees on those exchanges. And so the world is not going into more fees. So don't go and get yourself involved in a crypto scam. I just get people sending me this, invest in this and invest in that. And invest means give my money to someone else to earn more money for me. That's nonsense. When the market crashes, I mean, since this MTI, we've seen at least 100 new crypto scams come into the world. Don't fall for those, folks. You know, you've lost money on this. Now you're signing up with the next one already. It's just ridiculous that people can throw their money at something. We teach people to be in control of your own funds and make money with your own money. And if you say, well, I don't have money, I don't have time to trade, Then we got a strategy, because there's a different strategy for you if you're more an investor than someone who wants to sit in front of the screen all the time. There's nothing more boring than sitting in front of the screen all the time, when you can have placed your trades, let your money work for you, and you know you're in good trades, and walk away from the screen. And some people love the screen. They're like, what's next? But we teach you a strategy that you can always be in the best currency possible.
Right.
So that's the advice I'm going to give folks. Is it's your money. It's better to be in control of your own money. It's better to learn to trade yourself, and don't trust anybody saying anything, because what goes up must come down. But don't forget, what goes down must come up again. So thank you, Scott, and everybody. Sorry about this sound problem. Sounds like I'm talking to myself tonight. And send us, click on that link, send us an email, and we will reply as ASAP.
All right, guys, I'm going to wrap
Bye
up.
for now. Thank you, Scott. Thank you, folks.
I'm going to wrap up the live stream now, and I do apologize for the audio issues that we had there, but I think we got the main message out. My main concern as someone who's put their foot in the water when it comes to crypto is that I've seen how the markets have taken a huge dive in the last probably about 6 weeks. And as Reuel said, Ethereum's dropped by about 50%. And I was lucky. I had beginner's luck, because when Reuel first came on and he talked about crypto, I got a wallet and I put my foot in the water. I didn't put a lot of money in, but I was getting advice from Reuel, and he recommended Dogecoin, which I bought a few of, and I made something like 400% in about a week out of Dogecoin. And what I did was I took the money I'd invested into crypto out of the crypto market and kept the profits, and that's what I've been trading with. So I can't lose, because I've taken my money back out again, and I'm playing with the profit. So, it's a very, very interesting experience, because this is probably the way of the future when it comes to investing and buying and selling stuff. And just by getting a good basic understanding of it now means that when it becomes more mainstream, you got your head around it, which is the reason that I got involved. I wanted to get my head around it, so that when everybody's talking about Bitcoin this and Bitcoin that, or cryptocurrencies or whatever, and you can go to a store and use your coins or whatever to buy stuff, you understand the technology, you understand how the system works. So it's to me, it's just a safeguard, so that I know what's actually happening. But look, everybody's got their own point of view and what they want to do, and of course that's perfect. And please, before you get involved in crypto, do your own research, make your own decisions. I'm just putting this out there because I think that it is probably going to be the future, or one of the futures, of the way we actually buy and sell things in the fast changing world that we live in. And that's the way it is. Okay, guys, I'm going to wrap up now. Please have a good evening, and don't forget, tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Johannesburg time, I've got that very, very savvy lawyer, Mark Oppenheimer, coming on and joining me. And we're going to be talking about some very relevant and topical issues that are happening right now in South Africa, including the issue of freedom of speech in South Africa, which is a huge issue when you look at the new laws that this ANC corrupt gangster state government are bringing in South Africa. I'll leave the side chat open for a few minutes, and please keep on chatting in the side chat. I just want to see what Slim Inch is asking. Okay, I don't really get your question. What Slim Inch is saying is, what I don't understand is why Loving Life won't look into this issue. I was going to trade with Reuel, but been scammed before, so I did a background check, and you just type his name and surname. I'm not sure what you're meaning. Well, all I can say, Slim Inch, is that the people who've been on his training courses, and I know personally that, this guy, with my dealings with him, has had nothing but complete integrity. So, look, I can tell you that a lot of the stuff you read on the internet is BS. And look, as I say, I don't know the full story. All right, I'll ask Reuel about Kip, but hey, as I said to you, I've dealt with Reuel now for 5-6 months, and this guy has got, as far as I'm concerned, integrity. So I'll leave that at that. Now, if you want to go on one of his courses, as he said, there's a 15% discount if you go to that link, especially for the Loving Life family. And please go just ask the questions if you want to find out more about cryptos. All right, I'm going to shut this down, but I'll leave the side chat open for a few minutes. Cheers, guys. Bye for now.